Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. What a splendid place to be. Oxford, Lord Mayor of Oxford is here to welcome you. You're in one of the most historic places in the world. People have come, studied here, and then went on to serve humanity to the best of their abilities. So this university is one of the iconic universities in the world, and we are here. Now we can always tell people that I've been to Oxford. Lord Inderjit Singh, a very senior Lord in the House of Lords, he is celebrated with his portrait in the House of Lords because he was the first Lord with turban. And Lord Inderjit also enlightened us with Thought of the Day on Radio 4 for many years. Many more distinguished guests on the dais, and I'm particularly grateful to Advocate Udayveer Singh Bindra for inviting me and to share my story with all you people. The very fact you're all here demonstrates that you want to make more out of your life. You want to achieve a great deal more. And for that, you have come here to listen to people who can give you their knowledge, experience, and that's what I'm going to do today. I believe if I share my philosophy with all of you, you will then appreciate how easy it is to become successful in life. They say we should try to follow those with a proven track record of success. You have, as they say, you are judged by the company you keep. Besides, it is always good to learn from others' experiences simply because we cannot learn or experience everything ourselves. Unfortunately, our life is very short. By the time we learn from our experience, life will be over. So therefore, it's better to learn from others' experience and benefit from them. I'm chairman of two of Britain's fastest growing company. One is a logistic one is a FMCG company, which is fast moving consumer good, which markets in over 100 countries. Both the companies received recognition from Her Majesty the Queen, first one for Queen's Award for Export, and the later one, the FMCG, the marketing company, received an unprecedented 5 consecutive Queen's Award for international trade. No other company in the United Kingdom has this accolade to date. I was elevated to the House of Lords in 2019. I have demonstrated that one does not need to have a rich father or an elite education to succeed in life. However, one does need certain quality to be successful, and I'm here to share with you. I'm a posthumous child because my father was assassinated for opposing the breakup of India in 1947. The fanatic could not understand his vision of a united India free from rivalry. So when there were some students who got caught in communal riot, he went to rescue them. He managed to save the student, but he lost his life. My life became in a refugee camp in India, 2 months old, without father. And we lost everything, ancestral home, country, you name it. However, we were very, very fortunate to have a remarkable mother who, at the age of 35, became widow with 8 children. You can imagine how difficult it must have been in a strange country. But luckily, she was educated. She worked as a teacher and worked very hard to bring us up and to instill the right value in us. 5 of her sons became commissioned officer in the Indian Army. She became the proudest Indian mother, and her statue was installed next to that of my father in Amritsar as a respect to show that this lady never gave up and never gave in, no matter what fate threw at her. It is with the right value that we create the right result. So this is why I would like you to emphasize on the value system, that it is with the right value you will achieve the desired result. I came to United Kingdom in May 1971 to study bar at law. We imagine a lot of good things in India. The money will grow on trees, roads are paved in gold. When I come here, all my problem will be over. But you can imagine in 1970, United Kingdom was somewhat different. And I discovered that I have no means to support myself or my education. So I decided to return. I said, I made a mistake. I had a comfortable life in India. All my brother was officers. My mother was teacher. And I could go back and study my degree. However, I had sold my motorbike. So I thought I make some money to at least recover my motorbike. Wherever I went for a job, they all asked for experience, and I had none. In the desperation, I became a car cleaner. So my life began in United Kingdom, which I had dreamt to be paradise, cleaning cars. The car which used to come from the factories, covered with wax, and I had to de-wax them for showroom delivery. But luckily, one day I found a shop opening, fast food company shop, KFC. Cook required, no experience needed. So walked in, I said, I like the job. I got the job, 35p an hour, cooking chicken. But I was educated, I had the right values, loyalty, hard work. I demonstrated that I was able to do the job. And I progressed to assistant manager, then to manager, and within 2 years, I was running 10 stores as a district manager. I forgot all about it, company car, expenses. And I forgot about my studies. Then I got married, and that was the best thing happened to me, because United Kingdom is a two-income economy. Husband and wife, they go to work, they can bring a lot of benefit, they can support a house, children, and everything. So I am standing here as a testament of the support I got from my wife. Then I was made redundant and I joined electrical wholesaler Curry's. That's again, I did very well, because I always remember that my reputation is more important than anything else. I don't want to be insulted by anybody. So I worked very hard, and I realized that as an immigrant, I have to do a little bit more than the guy next door, because I do have some drawbacks. My accent is not that good. I don't have friends here. I have lots of problems. But I just decided to compensate that with extra work. During that time, I discovered that with just 5 things, you can become the best among the rest. And we are born with those 5 things. Number 1 is a self-respect. That's the value, very, very important. If people are insulting you for not coming to work on time, or not dressed properly, or lying to people, or letting people down, you will lose your respect, and you're never going to grow up to build a reputation for yourself. So self-respect was very, very important. Work ethics was very important, that you cannot shortchange your customer, your supplier, or your staff. If you're working, you have to demonstrate that you do everything ethically. And then you need to have a commitment. No matter how clever you are, if you're not committed to your task, you're not going to succeed. If you keep watching the clock instead of your work, the people who watch their work will surge ahead. Vision is very important. Without vision, you are a headless chicken, unable to find your destination. You need to have a vision where I am, where I need to go, and how I want to achieve that goal. Yeah, you all have that qualities. And finally, empathy is very important, that you have to have empathy for others. I'm all right, Jack approach is not going to allow you to become successful, or people will trust you, or you could build a world-class company when your customers are suffering. So therefore, these 5 values, you all have them. You don't have to go to Oxford or Cambridge or Harvard or Yale or Stanford to know these 5 basic principles of decency. These are values. I started my logistic company after I worked for Currys. I realized that people used to come to United Kingdom. They used to buy a lot of electrical goods for shipping to Africa, unaccompanied. If you send product or cargo unaccompanied, is much cheaper than if you want to take it with you accompanied. The airline do not encourage people to arrive at the airport with big suitcases and washing machines and dishwashers and all that thing. So they will charge you 25 times more than you by sending it through cargo. So most of the people were sending things through cargo. So I said, that's easy. So in 1987, I started my company with just £2 capital in a shed. I had no elite education, family wealth, or anything. You can imagine immigrant in those days. But again, the reputation is very important. So I went to electrical wholesaler in Edgware Road, Tottenham Road, John Lewis, this, that. I said, look, I can ship you unaccompanied baggage much cheaper, more effectively, more reliably. And my company grew and grew and grew. And I broke a record, and I got the first Queen's Award in 1999 because my business just snowballed. Because people loved the way I treated their cargo. I said they have a lot of sentimental values, and I must make sure that, then I start moving houses. People were shipping, moving from one country to the other, And then I discovered that there are a lot of people buying from the supermarket product for United Kingdom because of the quality and the taste of Cadbury chocolate, Nestle, Mars, Kellogg's, Heinz, Unilever products, show roll-on and all that kind of thing. So I said to myself, they were struggling to source the product. So they were using me to collect from various places. I would bring it, consolidate into container, ship it. But they were having great difficulty. I said, if I help them, I have myself, let me source product for these people. Unwittingly, I removed 7, 8 profit centers. They were buying for one place. And I had a queue of customers from Africa because you make profit while buying. If you're buying it right, you're selling it right. So my business just grew and grew and grew. And in 20 years, it touched 200 million turnover. I was shocked. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, David Cameron, came personally to my office to present me the 5th Queen's Award. He said, how did you do it? I said, look, it's just simple thing. We have a philosophy that we only succeed when our customers succeed. And then from there, one thing led to another one. Then I discovered that there's a market for Mercedes, but there's also a market for Toyota. But Toyota market is very big. So I went back to the same manufacturers. I said, look, I export my product to different countries. I don't need your advertising, marketing, and sales support. Can you make product under my brand? I don't want to pay all those costs. And they say, yes, you pay us in advance, and this is the minimum quantity, we'll make it for you. And I started producing my product, which were very expensive. So I brought them to 30-40% cheaper. And from there, another success started. The company now export to 130 countries and is doing so well. It was added to the Sunday Times Profit Track 100 most profitable companies for 3 years running. I also won the Institute of Directors Award, which is a very prestigious award, IOD, competing with 6,000 British directors. It is very easy to achieve success if you understand your subject thoroughly, because you have to understand what you want to do. If you want to be a doctor or whatever, I always give example of two medical students to bring home the message of how important it is to be deep into your profession. For example, they both go to same college, same university, they study same subject, same length of time, same books. After they pass the MBBS, they end up in two different places. One will be in Harley Street, which is the top street for the top surgeons. One will be in some ordinary clinic. The difference is very simple. The man in Harley Street will spend a great deal of time trying to understand the problem with his patient. He's never in rush. He will spend time, then if he need be, he will ask second opinion, third opinion, but he's never in rush. So I suggest you never rush anything, because you need to go get to the bottom of it. Once he establish the problem with his patient, he will start thinking again, what is the best method of treatment? But these two qualities are missing with the guy in ordinary clinic. He's in rush. Carry on. Next one, next one, next one. Yeah. So simple, life is simple that if you are in a position, you have to understand that you have to be able to get on with your superior and you have to get on with your junior. You have to treat your superior with respect, because they have a lot more balls in the air and you don't want to put another one. You have to take that pressure off. And the junior, you have to train them so they understand your instruction, where you're coming from. So as I don't have much time, so I have to cut my short the speech. So simply, the approach to business should never be like a hunter who goes for a quick kill. It should always be like a farmer who works over the period of time for a bumper crop. Short-term gains become long-term losses also. And there's the two final things I want to say. I'd like to pay tribute to my country, United Kingdom, where I adopted. Due to the sense of tolerance and fair play, an ordinary immigrant could achieve the success you've seen, and also realizes dreams and ambition. There are diversity in United Kingdom is accepted, respected, and protected. There are laws against discrimination of any kind. That speaks volume about this country, and also about some countries where they actually discriminate against women, against other religion, so they're not going any far. And finally, women empowerment is a necessity, not a choice. If a husband dies prematurely, like my father did, he will leave behind a woman unable to deal with this uncaring world, and mother unable to look after her children. So therefore, they say behind every successful man there's a woman. They're absolutely right, because women are the architect of our future generation. What they cannot experience themselves, they cannot impart it to the children. So on that note, thank you very much.